Hey everybody, thanks again for joining me. I want to spend a little bit of time talking about how to add and subtract mixed fractions. Again, this is going to be a little bit of review for some of you. Others of you, maybe it's kind of like it's for the first time, which is also okay. Let's just make sure we learn this. And like any other video lesson, make sure you've got your notes downloaded off my site, sitting in front of you, and you're keeping track of, what you're learning and filling in the blanks as you move along. And if you, for whatever reason, you can't get a hold of the notes, just get a piece of paper out and improvise as you move along through this lesson. So before we begin, let's make sure we have some necessary background knowledge. And what I'd like you to ask yourself first is, do you know how to add proper fractions? I guess even before that, do you know what a proper fraction is? If you don't, you may have to go back and research that a bit. But if you know what a proper fraction is and you know how to add them if they have unlike denominators, so if the denominators don't match, do you know how to do it? If you can, that's what you do. Just like actually put a check mark in there. That means you got it. Now here's the second one. I know how to convert between mixed fractions. Not me, I know how, but do you know how to convert between, don't put check marks if Mr. Melham knows how, put check marks if you know how to do it. Do you know how to convert between mixed fractions and improper fractions? I think I made a lesson about that a couple lessons ago. If you know how to do it, do this. Otherwise, go and review it. And also, do you know how to reduce a fraction? If you know how to reduce a fraction, awesome job. Put a check mark and let's move on. Key points to understand. Before you do these kind of questions, and all of these questions are going to involve mixed fractions. If you have no idea what a mixed fraction is, you don't even belong in this lesson yet. You got to review that first. But if you know what a mixed fraction is, we're going to be adding them and subtracting them and getting an answer. So convert your mixed fractions first of all. This is always your first step into an improper fraction. Do it first before you do anything else. Here's an example. So we got 2 wholes and a fourth. The first step is you're going to multiply the denominator with the whole value. You get 8 plus the numerator. You get 9. And then you're going to get 9 over 4, which is pronounced 9/4. You can also say 9/4. And then that's going to be our answer. So that's step 1. Step 2, if your answer, and it will, if it ends up, it shouldn't even say if, it should say your answer will end up as an improper fraction, so then convert it back to a mixed fraction. Do you remember how to do that? How to take an improper fraction, such as this one, and convert it back? Here's what you do if you forgot. 13 over 4, 13/4, the first number goes inside. Inside what? Well, inside this division sign. Fractions are just divided numbers. You got to take 13, divide it into 4 parts. So you put a long division, and then you take the 4, you put it outside. Then just do one long division step. And I put 3 here because 4 goes into 13 3 times. I know that because 3 times 4 is 12. Now subtract them. Bingo, we got 1. Now where do I put all these numbers here? Well, this here is going to be my whole. So I just move it down here. It's the whole value. This is the remainder. You all know what remainders are. They're leftovers. They're fractions, right? So this is going to go up here. This is the fraction numerator, and this is going to be 4 because look, I'm dividing by 4. I'm going to take this one. It's out of 4, and this is going to be my answer. 3 wholes and a fourth. So 13/4 becomes 3 wholes and a fourth. Now, third key point is in a mixed fraction. This is so important. You never reduce the whole number if you have to reduce. You only reduce the fraction part. So here's a fraction. It's a mixed fraction. Don't touch him. Don't do anything with him. If you're like, I can reduce 12 over 16, I can do that. That's no problem because I know 2 goes into both and 4 goes into both. And I probably want to pick 4. Just reduce that part. Okay, and then just divide them by 4. Then you get that turning into the... Okay, well, what happened there? Let's go back a step. This is what happened. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. That's what happened. But you see the 2? I just leave it. So if you understand those 3, let's do a couple examples. We got 2 wholes and a fourth plus 1 whole and a third. And we want to know what the answer is. Okay, let's do step 1. We're going to multiply these 2 and add it to this one. And that takes us over here to 9/4. And then we're going to put our plus sign. And then we're going to take 3 times 1 plus 1 is going to be 4. Oh, wait, I'm too fast. Is 4/3. And now we can just add and say 9 plus 4 is 13, right? Wrong. Okay, don't make this mistake. Look at the denominators. They're different. Okay, so we got to make them the same. I get this, Mr. Melham. So what do I make them into? Well, think about what's common between 4 and 3. Well, geez, maybe 12, right? So we can turn this to 12 by doing that and turn this to 12 by doing that. And then whatever you do here, do it on top. And whatever you do there, do it on top. There you go. Now 9 times 3 is 27. 4 times 3 is 12. Let's write it over here. There. And we know what 4 times 4 and 3 times 4 is. Let's write it there. 16, 12. Now the denominators are the same. I can add my numerators up. So add them up. Put it over here. 43 over 12. Don't add the denominators. 43 twelfths. Now ask yourself, can you reduce this? Can you reduce? And the answer is no. There's nothing that goes into both. Okay. So the last key point that I mentioned is you can't leave it as an improper fraction. It's not correct. It's not wrong, but it's not proper. It's not called a wrong fraction. It's called an improper format. So now we got to take it over here to the surgery room. Let's do some operations on it. And we can take this guy here and put this one outside the division symbol like that. And then we can say 12 goes into 43. How many times? Count them on your fingers. Come on, quick. 3. And 3 times 12, 36. Subtract. That's all we got to do. Now take this guy. Where does he go again? Goes over here. This is my whole. This is my remainder. So it's the fraction. Move him up here. And this guy here moves down there. It's like an X. They go up and then this one goes down. They go like up and then down. Then you put your fraction line. And that's your answer. 3 wholes and 7 twelfths. Right, again, can you reduce this part? And the answer is no. So let's move on to the next part. Now we got to subtract them. You've all got this in your notes. Let's go ahead and do this. Step 1 doesn't ever change, guys. You just got to turn them into an improper fraction. So we're going to go like this, and then we're going to add the 2 to it, and you get 17 over 5, 17 fifths. And then we're going to put the subtraction sign here. And then we're going to turn this into an improper. That's easy enough. And now, common denominators. Let me ask you here. What's common between 5 and 3? 15. Okay, no problem. We can do times 3, times 5. That'll turn into 15s. Whatever you do here, do it there. Whatever you do here, do it there. See how this is all just repetitive stuff? It's not that hard. Just get it once and you got to, do some practice and you got it for life. Let's put the answer to this. Oh my God, where'd this guy come from? Well, 17 times 3, bingo. And 5 times 3, aha. Now put the minus sign over here. And 5 times 5 is 25. 3 times 5 is 15. Let's put it there. Now look at the denominators. This is when you should be singing in your head because you got it. You just got to now subtract these. And you're going to get 26 over 15. Can you reduce it? Can you? And not really. So let's convert them back to a mixed fraction form. And then we're going to put him there, division, put the 15 outside. 15, how many times does 15 go into 26? Yeah, 1 time. Just put a 1 there. 15 times 1. Subtract, you get 11. And now we've got 1 whole. Here's our remainder. Put them up. And here's our denominator. That's all. Ladies and gentlemen, I've given you I think a couple extra ones in your note package. Make sure you do them. Make sure you practice them. I'm so proud of every one of you.